Dixit. Before Raghu's last song, I'm here just to make a very special announcement. I'm Simon Broughton from Songlines magazine. And Raghu has won the Songlines World Music Award this year. There are copies of Songlines outside, along with Raghu's CD, which is fantastic, by the way. So Raghu has won the Newcomer Award. Now, we know he's big in India, but he's new to us. And with me to present the award is Guardian journalist, Newsnight presenter, Songlines contributor. He wrote the story on Raghu, which is the cover story on the issue outside, Robin Denslow.
Thank you very much indeed. This is, as Simon says, the Newcomers Award, but if you spend any time with Raghu in India, the word newcomer does seem a little bit curious. It is, after all, been a quite extraordinary, long, sometimes difficult journey for him to reach this extraordinary peak of his career and develop the music he has developed. And travelling around India with him, one becomes aware of what this is all involved. And going through Mysore, he suddenly pointed out a house. That's where I used to live. My dad never let me listen to pop music. He never let me play the guitar. He never let me wear jeans. I had to sneak off and secretly play the guitar. Then we went up to the university where he was being mobbed inevitably by the students. And the professor said, "Oh, it's very, very sad." He's such a genius at science. He was one of the greatest scientists of his year. What a loss to science. How sad it is that he should have become a musician. Though there are, of course, hundreds of thousands, if not millions across India and now the rest of the world who totally disagree with that. I think the most extraordinary show I've seen, probably in the last few years certainly, was the following night in Bengaluru, where Raghu lives, which was Shivrati, yes. Which is the night of when Lord Shiva has to be kept awake. It's a religious festival. He's drunk poison, and you've got to keep him awake all night, otherwise the world's in terrible trouble. There was a stage with a shrine to Lord Shiva, with a duck pond with real ducks who I hope were wearing earphones, earplugs. And next to that, Raghu and his band playing for, I don't know, 20,000, 30,000 people all night. And it was one of the most extraordinary scenes I've seen. And it explained why he is so very special with this mixture of Kannada language from Karnataka state, Western influences, and these ancient, often literature and the ancient lyrics in his work. It's a mixture that's done extraordinarily well in India. I'm delighted it's now doing so well in the West. And I'm very happy to give Raghu the Songlines Newcomer.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, speech, yeah. I've been waiting for this for months. Ever since Songlines announced this award and news reached India through my managers, I was like, that's the first ever award I've won as a musician in 13 years. I mean, I must have done the best of the music back home in Karnataka for films, and though people loved it millions and millions, I really didn't get any award for any of it. But then it took a completely foreign magazine, which is so well respected elsewhere in the world. It is not available that easily in India, unless you subscribe for it. I shall be your mascot in India. And thank you so much, Simon, and everyone else, Joe and Alex, everyone that I know at Songlines, and so many people behind the wonderful, wonderful magazine there. You must be working so hard to make it so beautiful and so knowledgeable. That magazine is with an introduction to so much of beautiful music that is happening around the world and enlightening people that world is so much beautiful because of that music. I wish you all the best and thank you so much for this. Really, really, I will treasure this all my life. Thank you very, very much. And Robin Denslow, thank you so much for doing this for me because it couldn't have come from a better person today. Robin was introduced to me through my PR person, Jerry, long back, and the first meeting that we had was a long chat over a cup of coffee, and Robin has this amazing thirst. After so many years as a journalist, still thirsty for knowing new people and knowing new music, and it was his thirst that prompted me to ask him, would you like to come to India and watch me play there? And yes, and he agreed, and apart from attending my concerts, I made sure he watches his lovely cricket team lose to Ireland at 2020 match. On the very same day of that concert that he mentioned. And he also stayed in a hotel room when I was with him in that room and watching India and England one day 2020 match or one day match which got tied at the World Cup, which was brilliant because he was cheering for England and I was cheering for India, and I had to be extremely polite because he has to write nice things about me. And yesterday night he invited me for dinner at his house and his wife cooks this amazing, amazing Indian chicken curry, which was, I think, awesome. Thank you so much for everything that you've been, Robin. It's just so much honor to receive it from you and from Songlines. Simon, thank you very much again. And thank you all for being part of this lovely moment in my life. And my mom and my wife will be definitely very, very proud and finally will be proud enough to call me a musician. Thank you very much.